Leo moons, we're going deeper. This is part 2 of a video that I started before, speaking about the deeper mysteries of what it means to have the moon and the sign of Leo in one's natal chart. I'm down here looking at my notes because we're about to really go in. And there's some information that I left out in part 1 that I feel is important to bring to our awareness here for part 2, so that we're all on the same page. This is wild. It is what it is. So we were speaking about Leo Moon's ability to create. And I'm going to show you a visual image of what the sign of Leo represents in the tarot, which is the Strength card. And normally in like the Rider-Waite deck, there's a lion that's represented. But I have a Tarot of Dreams deck. And so my imagery looks a little different than what some of us are used to seeing, which I think is very valuable, so that we're able to get another perspective. And we're talking about Leo moons, so let's get the moon card, which is our high priestess. And I think this is important because this, sometimes using tarot in the imagery can help us to dive a little deeper into the mysteries. Shout out to my beautiful teeth holding it down. The teeth that I have left, at least. All right. So this is the high priestess, which is attributed to the moon. And my high priestess, of course, looks a little bit different because I'm working off of the deck Tarot of Dreams by Marcelli, right? I'm giving you a moment to just look at this imagery and to think about it and ponder upon it as we get ready to go deeper. So Leos are often known for their ability to create, and I want to further expound upon what the definition of create actually means, so that all of us are on the same page as we go forward. I'm going to look down at my notes here. To create means to bring into being, to cause to exist, to be the cause, to affect, to generate, to induce, to make, to produce, to prompt the result, to yield something that is created, to work, concoction, innovation, to invent, macrocosm, nature, universe, world, to create something out of nothing. I really love that definition right there. For anybody who feels as though they have nothing, be encouraged, especially if your moon is in Leo, because we have the ability to create something out of nothing. How amazing is that? And this is me dipping into my hermetic scientist version of myself, my hermetic alchemist version of myself, where I have an understanding that out of the nothingness, out of the void, all possibilities exist. I'm going to say that one more time and pause so you can let that sink in. I said, out of the nothingness, out of the void, all possibilities exist. Welcome back. We're diving deeper into different meanings for the word create. Create means marked with the ability and or power to create, artful, clever, imaginative, ingenious, innovative, inventive, original, gifted, inspired, talented, resourceful, fecundity, fertility, fruitful, productive, prolific, freshness, newness, novelty, inspiration, talent, one that is able to create, maker, author, God, goddess, founder, father, mother, originator. And these are just a few words to get your mind going, to get your creative juices flowing when it comes down to what it means exactly to have a Leo moon. And of course, Leo is ruled by none other than the sun. Once again, my deck is coming from the Tarot of Dreams by Marcelli. So I know that this is not the normal illustration that's given to the sign of, well, to the planet, the planetary energy of the sun. And I think that's why I love this deck. I gravitate to this deck because it's just so beautiful and it gives you another perspective. So I'm going to let you look at this for a moment. And when you have the moon placed in the sign of Leo, understand that that's like a polarity that's being activated, right? The sun and moon, I think we all can agree, are opposites because one rules over the sun. One rules over the day. Belay my last. One rules over the day, which is the sun. And one luminary rules over the night, which is the moon. Now let me get the moon card one more time. We're going to put the sun and the moon side by side because some of these ideas and perceptions you can come up with on your own. I'm just going to provide some visuals for you. Okay. So the moon in the tarot deck is attributed with the High Priestess card. And in case you can't see what the words say on the scroll right here that my High Priestess has on my deck, it says, into the darkness, darkness, into the darkness, the key to all mysteries. That's what it says there on her scroll. I know in some of the traditional Rider-Waite decks, it says the Torah, right? It says Torah. She's holding the book of the Torah. But not my High Priestess. So we see here the masculine and we see here the feminine. However, based off of my research and my studies, I've learned and recently discovered that both the sun and the moon have been assigned both masculine and feminine energies. For example, if we go to our brothers and sisters that's over in Japan, they have a mythos about the goddess Amaterasu, who is the solar deity of the sun. And if we go to Egyptian mythology and we look at the god Tahuti or Thoth, he is the representation of the god of the moon, right? So it's interchangeable. I know that we normally like to link, the moon with feminine energy and the sun with masculine energy, but they're both interchangeable, both masculine and feminine. Really, the purpose of this video is just to provide some imagery for you and some additional keywords for you so that you can come up with your own interpretations, because I know that each and every one of us, especially if you're on my video, are able to think for themselves. We're free thinkers. We are creative beings. And we know that our intuition, because the high priestess, she represents, in my viewpoint, she represents the intuition. And so for those of us who are born with the moon in the sign of Leo, our intuition is one of our greatest gifts. We can pull upon our intuition to aid us in creating in this physical reality and pulling down tangible results from the ethers. I'm going to make a part 3 and we're going to dive deeper, but right now I'm just wanting to get you thinking for yourselves. I'm signing in, I'm signing out, above, below, beneath, beyond, all around, underground, uptown, downtown, midtown, here, there, past, present, anywhere, nowhere. Now I'm out.